Vintage Nationals today. I'm actually going to answer what I think are the 6 most popular questions people ask when they call in thinking about buying their first National guitar. You can certainly go to nationalguitar.com and see a lot more videos and educational materials about National guitars. And if you're trying to learn about National guitars, that is the place on the web to go, nationalguitar.com. Okay, first question I get asked when people call is, should I go with a single cone or a tri-cone? And that's a good question, and it has to do with what you're going to play and the kind of sound and tone you're looking for. Right now I'm holding a 1934 Style O in my hands, which is a single cone guitar. I'm actually holding in my hand here original cone from a 1936 Duolian. So you can get a little feel for how this sits underneath this cover plate right here. This is a single cone. And I'll let you see it a little closer. This one actually has a little felt on the bottom that someone added over the years. What you're going to get with a single cone is more of an attack. It's going to be more where it's loud in your face and it decays very quickly. Single cone. I'm going to play a tri-cone right now, which has 3 cones, and give you a little taste of the difference between those 2 instruments, so you can make that first judgment. Okay, now I'm holding a tri-cone in my hands. This is a new German silver National reso-phonic tri-cone. Domed the back on them now and made them out of German silver, which is a great improvement. Now, I have a set of vintage cones in my hand. This guitar has 3 cones inside it. It has a single cone here, a single cone here, and a single cone here. And there's actually a T-bridge that sits under this T that sits on top of these 3 cones as they sit in the body. So you've got 3 cones vibrating instead of 1. Now what you're going to get with that in general, not quite the same volume and attack as you get on the single cone, a lot more sustain. Notice how that rings a lot longer. So it's really smooth and silky kind of tone. Not as much in your face. And of course you can play anything fingerstyle, slide guitar, on any of these guitars. Not quite the volume, but that note will ring longer. Both have the same action, both play the same, feeling wise. Okay, the second question people want to know is, should I go with a vintage guitar or should I buy one of the new National reso-phonic guitars, which are very well made? This is a vintage 1934 Style O. A few of the things you'll find is the vintage guitars are a little bit lighter. They use thinner sheet metal, thinner gauge sheet metal on the body. You're going to get a little lighter guitar. Now one of the problems is, usually with the old guitars, you're going to have various issues that need to be dealt with. Now fortunately, because you're here at Vintage Nationals, we've already addressed those issues. So there's vintage versus new. Now of course you're going to spend some more money on a vintage guitar. Okay, the third question people ask is, should I go with a 12 fretter or a 14 fretter? Now that's really a personal opinion. If you like to capo at the 2nd fret to get turn an open G into an open A or an open D into an open E, that's one good reason to do it. Now keep in mind, the difference between a 12 and a 14 fret, it's the same scale length. They both were 24.9 scale length on the original. So what did they do? Notice the difference in the height of the body. They squatted the body down. This is a 37 Duolian right here. Basically, they squatted the body down, making a shorter body to get those 2 extra frets, 1 and 2. So same scale length, smaller body. Now what does that mean? You're going to get a little bit different sound. You're going to get a little more bass out of the bigger body. You're going to have a little more compact sound in the 14 fretter. And these are generalities. Every National guitar pretty much stands on its own. The height of this guitar, the top of the headstock is the same. Yet the body is, this is a 14 fretter and this is a 12 fretter. So we have examples of 12 and 14 fretters. There's a lot of shootouts on our site. Go to our Pickin Parlor at nationalguitar.com, click on the Pickin Parlor. You will see many demos of 12 and 14 frets together, but I'm talking in generalities right now. The next question I get asked is, which body material am I going to use? Now this 34 style O is actually made out of brass. Now here is a vintage Triolean. This is made out of steel. So you're going to get a little more brashness, a little more grit with a steel body versus a brass body. So if you want the most trash canny sound, that's what you're looking for, then you might want to gravitate towards steel. Brass is a little bit softer and a little bit sweeter. Vintage 1931 Triolean. We talked about steel and brass. How about wood? This is an El Trovador. A brand new El Trovador. Deeper body to it. Now wood's going to be a little bit less gritty, less trash canny, but also very versatile. It's a beautiful tone. Get the grit out of it. It's there. This is a 12 fretter. It's got a 4-inch deep body, so a lot of bass coming out of an El Trovador. A wood body is something to consider also. So this is a German silver style N. Hear that? Silver. So you've got German silver, brass, steel, and wood. 4 materials to choose from. I would say whatever guitar you like, you can do both on. So you're not dictated, I need to buy this for slide, I should buy this for fingerstyle. You can play any style on any of these guitars. And the great thing is, even our vintage ones are set up like a new guitar. So it's low action up the neck, you can chord up the neck. There's no this is a slide guitar type of thing going on here, which you see all over the place. But every guitar we have is vintage and new, is set up to the standards of a new national guitar, so it can be played all over the neck, and that's very important. Well, there you go. I hope this video has been helpful for you. I've answered the 5 most popular questions I get asked over and over. How to choose a national guitar. Feel free to call me or email me. In the meantime, visit Vintage Nationals on the web at nationalguitar.com. Click on the Pickin Parlor and click on more videos when you get there, and you will see over 100 videos of me and others playing various national guitars. Hopefully that'll help you hear the differences in the guitars. You'll feel better about making the correct choice on which guitar you want to buy. Got any questions? Just call me or email me. My info's on the site at nationalguitar.com. Hope you enjoyed this.